back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Your support is much appreciated. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been, welcome back. So yes guys, I just quickly wanted to check in with you to let you know how the egg fast went, and also just give you an update. The OMAD went as well. So give you feedback on both OMAD and give you feedback on the egg diet as well. So let's start with the OMAD. So you guys know, I've spoken to you guys previously. I've been doing low carb for quite a while, and I've had success with low carb as well. So last year, with my daddy's passing, it was quite difficult for me to get back on track with my lifestyle, and emotionally I was not doing so well. Then I also wanted to tackle the obvious, which was my eating, because I could see my body composition was changing. I was obviously gaining more weight because I was not eating healthy at all. I was just eating whatever the heck I wanted to eat, basically. I knew it was not good, firstly for my PCOS and secondly for my insulin resistance. Those are the two factors or main drivers of why I decided to embark on this low carb lifestyle of mine. Even though initially I didn't start with low carb. Initially I started doing keto. I had tremendous success with keto, and then I switched over to doing dirty keto, and then I switched to doing just low carb, and I've been doing that now for a while. And I knew that because my insulin resistance was not going to like the food I'm feeding it, or should I say was going to like the food I'm feeding it, and it was not good for my body. And I knew that from years of suffering with PCOS and insulin resistance. That being said, I am not a medical practitioner. I'm not a dietitian. I'm just a mommy. I'm just a 40-something-year-old lady that's trying to embark on a journey of better health, better self. And whatever I'm going to discuss in this video will be triggering to some people. I'm going to talk about weight loss, and I will be chatting about what I eat. If that is triggering to you, I would say you are more than welcome to click off. I would just want to document and just let you guys know, because there are people that have been asking me, how's the diet going? Or not the diet, but how's the egg fast going? Things go with OMAD. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's get straight into this. Okay, so firstly, I started with OMAD. Like, I was trying to get back on track with low carb, but I was just not successful. I said to myself, okay, Yolanda, let's go slow, gradually. Let's go slow and steady, slow and steady. So gradually, I started to just cut out certain things, specifically talking about cutting out carbs, which is the breads, your pastas, and those type of things. Anything that's carb dense is what I omitted from my normal eating. Finally, I got some traction in terms of how I was feeling. I was feeling a little bit more confident. I was feeling better in terms of my mental health, more successful with my food choices. So then what I did was I then decided, let's do an OMAD just to sort of kickstart us with getting back into low carb. So if you don't know, OMAD is 1 meal a day. There's different variations, and what I mean by that is that they don't necessarily do low carb when they have their 1 meal a day. They eat whatever they want to eat. Some people do carnivore, OMAD, so there's different ways of doing it, but I decided on sticking to my low carb, but doing it OMAD. And that is what I decided to do for myself. That was my choice. The OMAD and the lifestyle and the low carb lifestyle, and combine that two to get me back on track. I started in October, just before September, like the last few days of September. So I would say for about almost a month I was doing OMAD. So when I started with OMAD, I was 101 point something. I will put the picture in here of my weight when I started OMAD. And then before I went to Cape Town, I came all the way down to, I think it was 91.8 or 91.9, okay, before I left for Cape Town. So I was quite chuffed, and I wanted to sort of document that before I go to Cape Town, because I knew that I was going to go to Cape Town and I was going to have a good old time and give my body a good old time, etc., and just indulge in things that I don't normally indulge in. So That was the weight before I went to Cape Town. When I came back from my lovely holiday, etc., I had a fabulous time, really enjoyed my time there. I discovered when I went back on the scale, I was 96. I'm going to put the weight in here for you. I took a picture. I was 96 point something, 96.6, I think it was. Gained about 4 kilos, right? But to be fair, even when I came back from Cape Town, I was a little bit on and off on and it. Let's clean up our eating, etc. I weighed myself and I weighed 96.6. Then I started the egg fast, and that I did for 3 days. Okay, so typically the egg fast is just eating eggs and fat is basically what you eat. You don't eat any vegetables, nothing. People do add spinach and those type of things too, but I just wanted to stick to the basics, not make it complicated at all. So I just had eggs and fat. So what I mean by the fat is either the oil that you're preparing your eggs in. So you can either do olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, or butter, and that would be the fat. And then also cheese, so you can either do normal cheddar, normal mozzarella cheese, you can even do cottage cheese, and that's basically your meal. So what I discovered was they say that you must have a minimum of 12 eggs. I only did 8 eggs. I couldn't do 12 eggs a minimum because I was just stuffed. Now, just a little bit of a side note, if you are someone that's eating less calories and are watching their calorie intake, then this is obviously not something for you, because I don't look at calories. I just focus on the meal and that's it. And then I also started just with my morning walks again, so that was very nice. I either did boiled eggs or I mostly did the omelets, because I mean, if it's just much more easier than doing a fried egg or whatever. I also did quiche with doing the egg fast. Now remember, I started with 96.6 coming back from Cape Town. Okay, so I picked up about 4 kgs, 4+ kgs. Okay, then with the egg fast, when I weighed myself after the egg fast, I was 93.1. So I lost about 3 something kgs. I will put all the correct numbers for you guys in the video as well, so that you can see what the numbers look like. It's not an easy thing to do if you're not used to it. I've done egg fast before. I've done water fast before. If you see older videos on my channel, you will know that I started this YouTube channel trying to document my weight loss with keto, water fasting. I've done egg fast, etc. So I've done this before. I know exactly what to do, and I'm not as rigid with myself in terms of the diet. I will say on the 3rd day of the egg fast, I had my normal first meal. Oh, and I did also incorporate some fasting with the egg fast. I was planning on just doing either 13 or 16, just depending on how I feel. If I'm feeling hungry, I was just gonna eat either 13 hours of fasting I was gonna do, or 16. But because I was so busy and I was really not hungry, I just did like an 18. I ended up at 18. This was on the 2nd day, 18-hour fast on the 2nd day, and an 18-hour fast on the 3rd day. I will say on the 3rd day, I did have normal omelets with my cheese, but I ended up for supper, I had, or my last meal at least for the day was, I had chicken, leftover chicken, and that's what I had. I just didn't feel like making any eggs or whatever. Not that I didn't feel for eggs, but I was just not in the mood to prepare anything. I had leftover chicken. I even had it cold. I didn't even bother to eat the chicken. So that's what I had on the 3rd day. Okay, so basically that is my results with the egg fast. For me, the egg fast is a good way for you to sort of just jumpstart something. It's definitely not something that you can do long term. It's more of a short term, just a little bit of a head start or a jump start to something. With regards to fasting, I've always done fasting. I've always done extensive fasting. I've even gone all the way up to 72 hours. I've gone past 72 hours, but I do what works for me. And I'm not giving advice in terms of fasting, what you should do. You should try and let people's advice and what they do in terms of weight loss and their success, let that be an inspiration. Let it not be a blueprint that you're just going to copy paste and try to do yourself. Okay, so try and figure out a way how you can incorporate or a fasting regime, a better eating lifestyle for yourself, that's going. I'm a big advocate of this, and I always say this: try and use those things so that it can fit sort of your life, best version of yourself. And that's what I try and do every day. Am I perfect every day? No, I'm not perfect. But no one's perfect. But I'm going to try every day, one day at a time. You cannot fail if you try every day. Failure is not in the falling down, it's in the staying down. Okay? So pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and then just try again. Try again. I've tried many a times. I've tried, people have said to me, yeah, you keep on restarting. I don't care what people say about my restart, no. At least I haven't given up. Am I 10 times the weight I was? I'm not. I keep on trying. But if I have to listen to people lecturing me about, oh, you keep on restarting, you're not consistent. Yes, I might have issues with consistency, but I'm not going to give up on myself. I'm refused to give up on myself completely and just become unhealthy, become overweight, etc. That is what the result will be if I had to be a failure. That is okay, and not being successful, having all sorts of medical problems, etc. Because my family bloodline is, yeah, sugar, high blood pressure, diabetes, it's all there. So I choose myself, and it's not selfish, it's self-love. Looking after myself and ensuring that not only am I mentally well, that I'm physically well, and that my cup is full and it's running over. Because remember, the run it over part is for everyone else, and you cannot serve from an empty cup. That's what I believe. So I hope that I've given you a nice little update with regards to my egg fast, and all in one with the OMAD as well. And I just want to say is that love yourself enough to make one change. Love yourself enough to say is that even if I decide today and tomorrow I fail, get back up and to try again. Get back up and try again. So I'm going to end my little video here. Thank you so much, guys, for all your support. It's much appreciated. I love you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.